I got that, and I'll get them. Oh, hi. Sorry. Can you guys just give me a second? I just need to find one thing. I'll be right with you. Hold on. Oh, hi. How can I help you?
I mean, theater can serve a lot of different purposes. Obviously to entertain, and we all need that, especially when times are tough. We have a lot of different options when it comes to entertainment. I mean, you can spend your time on the web. I could spend all my time on my cell phone for all that nowadays. Film, televisions are getting bigger, and wow, it's amazing, the internet. But really, I think that people want that connection, that one-on-one, that direct interaction, and I think that's why theater's still here. And so certainly entertaining people is important, but theater is also a very powerful form of art and a way to communicate ideas. And so I think theater, and I'm not the only one, but what I'm drawn towards as both an educator and an artist is theater that can make a difference in people's lives. My father actually was in theater and theater education. He went to Ohio State University way back in the early 50s. And, what did he say? He was going to be a shop teacher. You know, 'cause way back when, you know, everybody in high school took shop, right? And then he was going to do electrical engineering and these other things. He started hanging out at the theater, and he just fell in love with it. So he got his master's degree in theater history and design, and started to teach at a small college in Northeast Ohio. And that's actually where I was born. So when they would do plays, and they needed a small boy, they would put me in the shows. So I actually started acting when I was very little. I'm remembering the Trojan Women. There's a small boy that they fling off the walls. And so they had to carry me on being dead on a shield at the end of the play after I came in an earlier scene holding my mother's hand, what have you. I don't have a whole lot of memories of those experiences other than a few pictures, but I did enjoy acting. So as life continued and I was in school, I'd act a lot, and I really enjoyed that performance. And then I guess when it kind of came time to sort of choose college, I could either go away to college or kind of hang out where my father was teaching, and that's ultimately what I decided to do. I realized, you know, I don't really want to try to make it as an actor. That's a rough kind of way to make a living. It can be, because you're always on the move. It's a very competitive field, and I thought, I'd do scenery. So I was able to combine all those things that I really enjoy. And so I came to Syracuse University, I got my master's degree, and while I was there, I was able to teach undergraduate actors, stagecraft and lighting and some costumes, and I just fell in love with it. It was great. And I went and worked in the professional theater for a while, and then Bill Morris invited me to come and work in this funny old firehouse, and I could be the tech director and the designer, and we had a great time. It was so much fun, and I was thinking when I first took the job, oh, I'll just do that for a couple of years and then I'll go back to the professional theater, and I've never left. I love it. We are backstage. Now normally this will be covered with props for the show, because what happens is actors turn and walk right onto the stage this way, come and follow me, into the dark light lock, and what this is doing with double doors is it's helping to keep some of the sound out. So if people are out there talking in the halls before they come on stage. And what always amazes me, I just love this part, you sort of come right through there and boom, you're right on stage. And this is the other part that I've always loved about it. The illusion is so goofy because you're only finishing one side for the audience. Many, many hours, long, long days of developing these kinds of things. I do a lot of research and depends on the show, but there's always collaging of a lot of things. So to give you an idea, for the Tiki Hut, because of the nature of this show, I did a lot of research online, and you'll actually see students in the theater classes do this a lot as well. So here's the Tiki Hut design that inspired what it was that I developed for the show. Favorite part about designing? Oh, one favorite part? There's so much of it that I really, really like. I like, for myself, getting lost in the process of design. For me, it's kind of zen, it's kind of meditative when I get going on it. I like getting lost in the research, looking for books, looking for images, peering through things, looking on the web. And then once I start drawing or making little model parts or working on the lighting design, time kind of stops and I get lost in it. What I also really like and absolutely adore about being here is working with students to create this. One of the things that that really thrills me is when I get an email or a note or something from somebody that's saying, hey, I was out there, we just did a show, or I was working with my children, because everybody grows up, right, and they have families, and I took my kids to the show, or they were working on a play, and I was remembering this show, or I thought of you because of, that just really resonates with me. I think, and this is a thing that I mentioned to my advisees, I would wish for everybody to find something that they do for a living where you're not tracking the time and you're not tracking how much money you're making. It's about just being in the moment and doing what you enjoy. And that really happens so often. Oh, wait. How's your show?
Good.
Excellent.